Hi, my mystic friends. If you are new here, I am Patricia Tate with Willow Grace Astrology, and today I want to offer something different, something deeper, something that's more personal, and it's from my heart. For over 35 years, I have worked as a teacher, a counselor, a mentor, helping other people to navigate their own inner worlds. And now, as an astrologer, I'm drawn to bring both of these worlds together. This is not a forecast. This is going to be a conversation. It's a reflection. This is going to be a safe space where we can talk about the mind, the soul, and what it means to heal. Astrology has always been more than just a prediction. It's a mirror. It's not a manual. It's a sacred language that helps us to name what we feel, to see the patterns, to give shape to what otherwise is invisible. And just like in counseling, we look for meaning, we look for connections between our thoughts, between behaviors, between our feelings, and the stories that we carry down, the ones that have been passed down and the ones that we create. And right now, the sky is reflecting these powerful themes of healing, emotional courage, and the spiritual transformation. The energy of the season right now, it's inviting us into self-reflection and self-acceptance. This is the universe nudging us to look inward and to honor where we've been and to ask, how am I truly feeling? Am I surviving? Am I thriving? Or am I just simply holding it all together? We are living in a time where mental health, it is slowly becoming more openly talked about, but shame and stigma of those themes, they still linger. And too often, people suffer silently. They think that they need to be stronger or happier or more together than how they truly feel. And I want to remind you today and every day, you are not broken. You are becoming. You're not alone. I am holding space for you as you navigate your unique journey. There are these major energetic themes that are unfolding right now that are for us, assisting us in order to help us deal with our identity, emotional expression, our relationship dynamics, and the need for each of us to have this inner balance. There's a strong emphasis on reclaiming your voice, of healing your nervous system, of finding harmony in how you relate not only to yourself, but to others. Some energies, they challenge our worth, and others, they come to crack open these old wounds around safety and abandonment or visibility or security. And still, others, they call us into leadership, not the kind that leads others, but the kind that leads ourselves back to our own truth. In my years of counseling, I have sat with many people that have been holding on just by a thread. People who didn't feel seen, people who were carrying grief or trauma or anxiety and self-doubt. And you know what I've learned? That healing, it doesn't come from fixing something. It comes from facing something with gentleness and presence and patience. Now, astrology, when it's used wisely, it gives us the timing. Counseling, it gives us the tools. And when these two things come together, they give us permission. They give us permission to rest. They give us permission to feel. They give us permission to just not be okay. Permission to say, this is really hard, and I'm still here. This month's energy, it's bringing themes of our heart. It's Leo season. It's our mind. It's the soul that's in the spotlight. There's this invitation to reclaim joy, to let yourself be seen, and to rewrite your inner narrative that says you have to hold it all together alone. And I'm saying you don't. Emotionally, this is a time when we feel pulled between our need to shine and our fear of that rejection from when we do. This tug of war between being our authentic self and wondering if we'll still belong. There might be this pressure to do more or be more or to show up in a certain way. But underneath all of that is the question of, am I enough as I am? And the answer is always yes. Always yes. From the spiritual perspective, the current energies, they're supporting us to have this deep reflection and healing around how do you process emotions? How do we speak to ourselves? How we hold space for our own becoming. This is a time to slow down, to look inward with compassion, and to consider alternative ways of healing. Because not all healing, it doesn't all happen in an office or with a prescription. There are so many beautiful soul nurturing paths that are available to each and every one of us. Reiki or other energy work that helps to move stuck emotions from your body. Somatic work and breath work that can regulate the nervous system. Journaling as a sacred space in order for you to process your feelings. Tarot and oracle cards for taking time out for self-reflection. Herbal remedies, vitamins, supplements, flower essences for gentle support. Movement practices like yoga, tai chi, qigong. These all reconnect us, mind, body, and spirit. Moon rituals and astrology that helps us to align with our own natural cycles. And of course, talking, being witnessed, whether it's with a therapist or a trusted friend or a spiritual community. Talking saves lives, and silence, too often, it suffocates our soul. So you are not a diagnosis. You are not your anxiety. You are not your trauma. You are a whole, evolving being that has a right to take up space, to rest, to say no. It's a complete sentence. To ask for help and to heal at your own pace. Right now, many people, they are reaching this point of emotional overwhelm or spiritual fatigue. And there's this collective shedding, this awareness that's rising that we can't keep pretending that everything is fine when it's not. And that this is the sign of an awakening. It's not a weakness. Some of the transits moving forward into the month are going to ask us to revisit these old wounds, especially that revolve around topics of self-worth and love and belonging and boundaries. You might find yourself triggered by things that you thought were the past. And this doesn't mean that you're failing. It just means that you're like an onion. You're peeling back just another layer. Growth, it's not linear. And healing, it's not pretty. It is raw, it is messy, and it is deeply human. It is deeply personal. And so through this cosmic lens, we can begin to see that it's all part of the journey, a sacred unfolding that's asking you to come home to yourself again and again and again. So I invite you to breathe, to rest, to ask yourself, what do I need right now? Not to fix, but what do I need in order to feel whole? Let yourself cry if you need to. Let yourself get angry. Let yourself sleep. Let yourself laugh at something that's small and good. Let yourself be human, because spiritual growth, it's not about bypassing the hard stuff. It's about bringing light to it, not so we can avoid the darkness, but so we can walk through it with wisdom and grace. Know that you are not alone on this path, and you don't have to pretend that you are. I offer you this space as a soft landing, a place where mental health, it's not taboo, where astrology isn't used to shame or label, but it's used to liberate and to understand, where you can show up just as you are. No mask, no filter, no pressure to be perfect. This month and every month, my hope is that we continue to break down the barriers between mental health and spiritual growth, that we speak honestly, that we hold each other up tenderly, and that we remember we are each walking our own sacred, spiraling path towards healing. Thank you for being here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for choosing to keep growing even when it's hard. You are loved, you are enough, and you are becoming. I'm Patricia Tate with Willow Grace Astrology, and if this message resonates with you, I invite you to stay connected, to reach out, and to share this space with others who might need it. So until next time, may you walk gently with yourself and trust that the universe is always guiding you home.